Okay, fight fans, wrestling fans, this is J-Man, and I'm here to talk about the recent development between Hulk Hogan and TNA Wrestling. They recently announced that they're going to be going head-to-head, competing Monday nights against Vince McMahon and the WWE on the show Monday Night Raw on USA Network at 9 o'clock. It was a 2-hour show, which has been, if you follow wrestling at all, you know that it's been the number one rated, highest rated cable show on Monday nights for that time slot for a long time. And now Hulk Hogan, along with Eric Bischoff and Dixie Carter, are all looking to compete against that directly by putting up their show Monday nights, Spike TV, the same time slot. They're going to be going after the same demographic. Do they have a chance of succeeding? Will they be able to overthrow the fan base of the WWE and convert everybody? Well, that's a pretty big question, and it's really tough to say. But they've got a lot of work ahead of them. It's really going to be interesting. I think this is going to be huge for wrestling fans. The whole Monday Night War is going to be restarted again, and that was an extremely exciting time to be a wrestling fan back 1997, 1998, when things were really heating up between the two promotions and ratings were through the roof, and wrestlers were showing up from one show to the next, day to day. You never know who's going to sign over to the other company. It was a really exciting time. You flip back and forth between the channels and, trying to see what's going on. And it seems like 1 month the WCW would be ahead in the ratings, and the next month the WWE would be right back on top. And, a lot of that was because Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan were working together. Hulk Hogan, who knows McMahon really well, knows McMahon's probably his strategies as far as marketing goes, and they were coming up with some good game plans to cash in on the wrestling fans and beat the WWE in terms of audience viewership. So it's going to be interesting to see if they go round 2 against Vince, how well they're going to fare. Really. I'm interested to find out how this is going to change the WWE. How is Vince McMahon and his creative team going to respond to the direct competition? Because in my opinion, the WWE has been really stale lately. But I'm interested to see what Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff are going to bring to the table for TNA. What tricks do they have up their sleeve? If they're going to be having a 2-hour live show Monday at 9 o'clock, who are they going to bring with them and sign on to TNA that's going to push the ratings over the top? Is Hulk Hogan going to be competing in the ring? Who knows? I think he'll do a few big time matches, high profile matches, but I don't think he's going to be competing on a regular basis. That's for sure. It's just going to be really exciting. I'd like to know if Jeff Jarrett is really on board. Is he still behind the scenes with the company, or is that whole angle with him being bitter, is that for real? But I think it's really an angle. I think he's probably working behind the scenes. But it's funny because it reminds me of when Kurt Angle first joined TNA, and that they were talking about the same thing. They were going to go head-to-head with the WWE, and that didn't happen very much. They've competed against them, and they've always been somewhat of a threat. But all of a sudden now Hulk Hogan is on board, and it changes the ball game. It raises the stakes, so to speak. But it could spawn a new interest in wrestling, and that's what I'm looking forward to. That's what I hope and pray will happen. Okay, so I wanted to come back and do another part of this video. I wanted to talk some more about the WWE and how it's become stale as of late. Uh, they're just doing the same thing over and over again. How many matches between Randy Orton and John Cena do we have to watch? Randy Orton's gotten himself into a heel position so deep that I don't think he could ever come out and be a face again. So they're stuck with Randy Orton being like the #1 heel on Raw. That's getting old. Triple H, Shawn Michaels were doing the DX thing, and that wears out too. So now what? You're gonna have Shawn Michaels and Triple H feud. I guess Shawn Michaels will be the heel this time. It's interesting because Shawn Michaels hasn't been heel in a really long time, like all the way back maybe 1998, something like that. But well, no, there was a time when Shawn Michaels turned on Hogan, but that was like a half-assed storyline. Anyway, I really want things to be shaken up and turned upside down. I want the WWE to start using its younger guys more in the main title picture. I like have the younger talent fighting the veterans. Just I mean, on SmackDown you've got the Undertaker as the champion, and I mean as big of a fan as I am of the Undertaker. How many times has he been the champion now? I mean, do we really need to see another title reign, even though it's probably his last run? I don't like seeing him wrestle CM Punk over and over again. I think they can do a lot of things different and a lot of things better. That's what they need to do. WWE should have a lot to worry about with TNA proclaiming that, hey, we're gunning for you. We're really going to try and take over this time. They need to step back and take a good look at their product and the direction that their television is going in. Like, in other words, the style and the themes that they use. I think it's become too mainstream, too like sort of MTV like, if I can use that terminology. I'd like to see it go back to being the way it was during the Attitude Era, or during even before that, in the glory days with kind of like with the 90s with Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, all those guys. If it could go back to being that way, more fun and less stylish, I guess you could say, more like flavorful, where they had really interesting characters and not so much drama. It's like reality television. We don't need that. We've seen too much of that. Reality television is just flooded. It's been an overwhelming. And I think that they need to go in a completely new direction. And if they don't, then TNA, I'm looking for TNA to run over them. Because I think TNA has what it takes to conquer the WWE. It's because they got a lot of big stars. I mean, I heard rumors that Scott Steiner is probably going to be leaving the company. I don't know if that's true, but I'd hate to see it happen. I think Scott Steiner is a big star, and he needs to stick around. I think they still got Booker T. He might be injured right now, but that's another big name. They got a lot of big names. Of course, Kevin Nash, Mick Foley, but they don't wrestle that much. Sting, is he still going to wrestle? I hope so. With Hulk Hogan coming in, I think Sting would have renewed interest, and he could maybe team up with Hogan, or who knows. But I really, really hope they keep Sting, or Sting decides to stay. And then they have their stars that they created, like Samoa Joe, of course, and AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, a lot of guys that have a ton of talent, and they're awesome. So yeah, they can give WWE and Vince a run for their money. Don't underestimate TNA. I hope wrestling fans seriously tune in if they're not already to watch TNA, especially when it gets going Monday nights, 9 o'clock. You know, you can still flip back and take a look at what the WWE is doing, but definitely watch TNA because I think you're going to see some pretty exciting things. I think you're going to see some fireworks. So, give me your thoughts and comments.